Imagine being hit with an unexpected medical bill or suddenly losing your job. Scary, right? Well, here's something even scarier. Nearly 30% of Americans have less than $1,000 saved to cover emergencies. Without a safety net, a single surprise expense can throw you into financial chaos. In this video, we're diving deep into the world of emergency funds, why they're crucial, how much you need, and the best ways to build and protect your savings. We'll reveal some surprisingly simple strategies to help you save smarter and faster. And we'll also explore where to stash your cash to get the best bang for your buck. Ready to panic-proof your finances? Let's discover how to build a buffer that keeps you safe, no matter what life throws your way. Stay tuned for tips, tools, and tales that will turn your emergency fund into a powerhouse of protection. Chapter 1. The Panic-Proof Plan. What is an emergency fund? Have you ever found yourself worried about an unexpected car repair or a sudden medical bill? Well, that's exactly what an emergency fund is for. It's like a financial safety net designed to cover unexpected expenses without having to rely on credit cards or loans. Think of it as your personal financial buffer. An emergency fund isn't just a nice-to-have, it's essential for anyone looking to avoid debt. According to a survey by Bankrate, 28% of U.S. adults have no emergency savings at all. This statistic highlights the precarious position many find themselves in when unexpected costs arise. Starting an emergency fund can feel daunting, but it's truly about setting small, achievable goals. Chapter 2. Safe or sorry, the real cost of being unprepared. The cost of being unprepared can be high. For instance, without an emergency fund, a simple issue like a broken-down car can quickly escalate into a crisis, forcing you to make decisions that could have long-term financial repercussions. Did you know that a Federal Reserve report found that 40% of Americans would struggle to cover an unexpected $400 expense? This underscores the importance of being prepared. By having an emergency fund, you not only protect yourself from small emergencies, but also safeguard your financial future against more significant crises like job loss. Imagine the peace of mind knowing you have a stash of cash specifically set aside for life's unexpected events. Chapter 3. Rainy days ahead. How much do you really need? So, how much should you actually save in your emergency fund? Financial experts often suggest that a good starting point is enough to cover 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. This might sound like a lot, but it's achievable with the right strategy. Determining the exact amount depends on your lifestyle, monthly costs, and income stability. For someone with a high degree of job security, 3 months might be sufficient. However, if you're self-employed or in a volatile industry, aiming for a 6-month cushion is wiser. To put it into perspective, consider this. If your monthly expenses are $3,000, a fully funded emergency fund should be between $9,000 to $18,000. Start by calculating your essential expenses, then plan your savings around that number. Remember, it's about building it up gradually. Every little bit counts and moves you closer to that safety net. Chapter 4. Personalize your protection, customizing your fund size. When it comes to emergency funds, one size definitely doesn't fit all. Your fund should reflect your personal situation. Do you have kids? Maybe you own a home or have health issues. These factors can change how much you need to save. For instance, homeowners might need more in their fund because, let's face it, a leaky roof doesn't care about your financial plans. Start by listing your regular expenses, then add costs unique to your situation. This tailored approach ensures you're not caught off guard. And remember, while 3 to 6 months worth of expenses is typical, your peace of mind number might be different. It's all about what makes you feel secure. Chapter 5. Speed Saving Secrets, accelerating your fund growth. Growing your emergency fund can seem slow, but there are tricks to make it faster. First, consider setting up a high-yield savings account. These accounts offer better interest rates than typical savings accounts, meaning your money grows faster while it sits. Also, don't forget about automating your savings. Setting up automatic transfers for right after payday means you won't even have to think about it. Another tip, trim the fat on your expenses. Maybe swap out cable for a cheaper streaming service or cook at home more often. Small savings can add up big over time, and whenever you get extra money like a tax refund or a bonus, resist the urge to spend it. Funnel it straight to your emergency fund instead. Chapter 6. Safe havens, where to stash your emergency cash. Now that you're building your fund, where should you keep it? Accessibility is key. You need to be able to get to your money quickly if an emergency strikes. A savings account at a bank is a good choice because it's safe and you can withdraw your money without penalties. But not all banks are created equal. Look for one with no monthly fees and easy online access. Online banks often offer the best interest rates. Just make sure whatever bank you choose is FDIC insured, so your money is protected up to $250,000. That way, you can sleep easy knowing your fund is both growing and secure. Chapter 7. Automate to accumulate. Tools that help you save effortlessly. The beauty of automation is that it does the work for you. By setting up automatic transfers to your emergency fund, you're effectively putting your savings on autopilot. It's a set-it-and-forget-it strategy that ensures you're consistently saving without having to think about it each month. Plus, many banks now offer apps that round up your purchases to the nearest dollar and deposit the difference into savings. Over time, these micro-savings can add up significantly. Consider using apps like Digit, which analyze your spending habits and automatically transfer small amounts to savings when you can afford it. It's a painless way to boost your fund without impacting your daily life significantly. Remember, the key is consistency, not quantity. Even small, regular contributions can grow into a substantial emergency fund. Chapter 8. Guarding your guard, protecting your emergency fund from erosion. Inflation is a silent fund eater. If the interest rate on your emergency fund is less than the rate of inflation, you're actually losing money in terms of purchasing power. This is why it's crucial to choose the right place to store your savings. High-yield savings accounts or money market accounts are typically recommended because they offer higher interest rates, which can help counteract the effects of inflation. Keep an eye on the annual percentage yield, APY, offered by your bank and be ready to switch if you find a better rate. This active management of your savings ensures that your emergency fund doesn't just sit there, but grows. Also consider diversifying how you protect these funds, perhaps with a mix of a savings account for immediate access and a short-term CD for slightly higher interest, balancing accessibility with growth. Chapter 9. Beyond the basics. When to use your emergency fund. An emergency fund is strictly for emergencies. This means it's not for vacations, shopping sprees, or even investing. Define what counts as an emergency for you, like medical emergencies, significant home repairs, or unexpected job loss. Having clear guidelines helps prevent misuse of the funds, ensuring that the money is there when you truly need it. It's also important to know the logistics of accessing your funds. How quickly can you withdraw the money? Are there any penalties? Understanding these details in advance can alleviate additional stress during emergencies. Once you use part of your fund, prioritize replenishing it. After all, the goal is to maintain a safety net that's ready for any future uncertainties.